defeated Atlanta in Atlanta 95-68, shooting 55%. The Hawks shot just 32%.
When you're shooting that high percentage, you can beat anybody in the NBA.
Melvin Ely up big around Milicic, who is getting his second consecutive start. And a quick move by Melvin Ely. Nice to see Emeka come out tonight and end it with another double-double. Remember, he injured his right thigh against Mike Sweetney last Saturday, right here at home. The game against the Knicks, Bogans twisting, turning, and former teammate Tayshaun Prince lays it up and through.
Well, Emeka is active, and he's
important. He has struggled. They want more out of him. He's a veteran, been around.
Can knock down big shots.
Can knock down big shots. He hasn't knocked down many this season, shooting just 35%, but over the last 5 games, shooting 44%.
I'd keep an eye on it, but I wouldn't have it as a concern because when you're going for championships, it's another level of basketball.
Brevin Knight knocks down the...
It's a quick tip down the jump ball. First change of the game tonight. Jason Hart opening up at point guard, the 4th-year man from Syracuse, making his 27th start of the year. And it's a Mecca splashdowns from downtown than any other player in a single season in Heat history. So after the 22nd timeout, Bobcats trail the Heat 5-2. Okafor will launch and hit.
Checks in the game now for the Knicks, along with Jerome Williams, whose energy and presence was so pivotal the other night against Cleveland. His offensive rebounding, especially Matt Carroll, guarded by Ariza. Carroll, a 4-year college basketball player at Notre Dame. Now Hart off the dribble to Capono, who knocks down the jump shot.
Dominating the area of three-point shooting. The Knicks with 4. Knicks had 6 steals. Charlotte only 3, and Charlotte's 5th in the league in steals. So the Knicks protected that ball rather well with only 6 turnovers in the first half.
Brevin Knight fires the jump shot off the pick and roll.
Solutions Knicks Game Night leads off coverage at 7 tomorrow night here on MSG Network. Available in HD TV, only on cable.
Herb Williams has stressed to his team that, fellas, you are contracted to play 82 games during the regular season. Gerald Wallace is 13th. Wallace, Hart, Matt Carroll, Capono, and Eli. Here's Melvin Ely in the pivot. Drop step baseline, left-hand jump hook.
I think Eli was hoping to draw an offensive foul on Sweetney, and the official didn't buy that flop by Eli.
Sweetney with 14.7 rebounds. Inside, off the glass and in for Knight. Wow.
You come over, you make an adjustment to man-to-man defense, and so that's one possession where you give them a different look and try to keep the game off beat.
Bogans in the lane, cut off. Top of the key, jumper, Brevin Knight. And BK drills it at 17 on Monday night in Atlanta. And since March, and it's a 20-point advantage. Almost 4 minutes in. And Wallace here in the second quarter takes it right to the hole.
It's the same type of accolades the Bobcats do as the Hawks do as far as playing hard on a nightly basis.
Brevin Knight fires and hits.
And then you throw in a guy.
We've got an illegal screen by Collier. Gives it back to Charlotte. James Thomas, wearing number 6, 24-year-old rookie out of Texas. He's been in the league with Portland and Cleveland this year. On a 10-day contract to replace the injured Obene Kiza. Played with Royale Ivy at Texas.
Sure, he's happy just to get an opportunity to be in the ball game right now.
Reason. From the perimeter.
Good. I'm anxious to see.
Brevin Knight gets a screen from Okafor. On the pick and roll. Boy, they teed up the youngster.
Very focal point of the Chicago Bull offense. All 3 guys have meant a whole lot to their ball club. Emeka Okafor, I have to give him the nod because he has been averaging that double-double and one of only 9 players in the NBA to do so.
He has been very, very consistent. Josh Smith. And another Atlanta turnover. Boy, the Hawks have been very careless with the basketball. In a very tight game. Hawks by 1. Friesic. Bobcats lead.
It shows that the Hawks aren't laying down and they're not trying to put games in reverse so they can get the ping pong ball for the #1 player. That's good when you still want to play out, be professional about your job.
Here's Carroll.
You're going to get that call.
Here's Mike Miller. Put on a show early from downtown. Now driving, shot doesn't go. Okafor, another rebound, and that is his 18th. And the Bobcats.
Playoff-bound team, but to another team that's not going to a playoff, you want to have a professional performance. You want to play because you're paid to play.
Excellent point. Gerald Wallace sends it up high. Corey Alexander. The Bucks eliminated from any sort of playoff hopes in their last game. Rebound his 8th. He has 8 and 8.
Having a defensive presence out here. Emeka's offense has been slow tonight, but he's still active. Blocked that shot, got that rebound.
Bobcats just 16 for their last 55. Now 17 for Emeka Okafor tonight. Okafor with 41 double-doubles, and it is interesting to note when you start thinking about rookies and big-time rookies, how many double-doubles in recent history, going back 10-plus years. Kick out, here's Alexander for 3, and he drills it.
Doc Rivers thought that his team was not ready, didn't have the kind of playoff intensity that the 76ers were showing when they were playing against them.
Capono triggers a 3 and drills it. 9-point game. Now a 10-point game. Wallace and 1.
They'll pass it to Emeka for a low post score.
5-point game there in the 2-minute mark. Wallace out of the wing. Don't settle for jumpers. Puts it on the floor. Drives. Here's Primo. Baseline. Jay. Good. 23 points.
Now, we did lobby and get that second assist for Sean Livingston for what it's worth. They did not give him an assist on that over-the-shoulder spectacular feed that led to the slam dunk. The Bobcats bring it back. Knight early foul problems, but has not had a foul here in the second half. Being guarded there by Livingston, who has 5. Big screen for Okafor, takes him out of the game. The lob. Oh, that's a beautiful play.
Have a night, have a conversation with one of the official job. They're going to run a specific play here, and he told him what to look for. Without telling the equipment, he said, here's what we're going to do, and I want you to watch for this.
All the way to the basket. He does it.
I don't know.
15 in that first quarter, but by the end of the opening stanza, it was tied at 24. Marvin Knight, Keith Bogans, Matt Carroll. 3-guard offense essentially for the Bobcats. Carroll playing well, driving to the bucket. That's what's called help side defense. Oh, nice ball movement,
yes.
And 1. Just a pretty play by the Bobcats.
We talked about Knight.
Of 2 grizzled front court veterans, Antonio Davis and Odella Harrington. Where would the Bulls be without those two this great season, this great resurgent season they've had? 10 to go on the shot clock for the Bobcats. Robinson off the glass. He was a good player at Michigan.
Open jumper, and Chris Bosh stretches it out. He's 5 and 9, and he has 12 points.
Sam Mitchell was saying how Chris Bosh improves every game. He's learning, even through a bad game, he still takes something positive away from it because he's a character young man and an intelligent young man.
Wallace along with Knight, Okafor, Primo, and Bogans, and when the Bobcats were at their best, it's when their bench was out there doing some damage, including Matt Carroll, who had 11 points. Brevin Knight finds Emeka. Okafor, back down move, spin out, gives it up. Knight looks for the repost, gives it to him. Spin, good strong move, and uses the window.
big shot by Chris Bosh. It's a step back. Emeka played good defense, but he rose up and hit a big shot.
Zone shown by Toronto. Wallace. Here's Hart. In the fourth quarter, coming alive. 10 are all stars outside of himself. And Ben Gordon has been great. He's been perfect for this team. But I just think it's Emeka Okafor this year.
I'd be comfortable with Emeka Okafor because this is a new discovery. Big shot by Keith Bogans. This is a new discovery. This is an expansion team. So he...
Would you? 7 assists already. And Jason Hart has 6 points off of the bench, but Brevin Knight over the last 6 games has 77 assists. Brevin Knight dribble penetration once again. And Allen gets a wide open shot. Over the last 2 weeks, Brevin has been steady all season long when he's been, Mars out, but they have to rely on somebody getting them the basketball.
Absolutely.
You look at it, Vince Carter, Kobe Bryant, Tracy McGrady, they can do a lot because they can handle the basketball as well. Shaq's got to rely on guys getting them the basketball as Bogans drills the 3. And Brevin Knight enough points in just 10 minutes of play.
Chicago wants to extend the defense. They're in the zone trying to give the Bobcats another look. The Bobcats have to be aggressive, execute, and get good shots.
Carroll. Good. Matt Carroll's really struggled. He's able to get his first 2 of the night. Bulls have turned it over 20 times. Bobcats 24 points off of those turnovers. Jason Hart up top. Here's Okafor, swings it to Bogans. Wallace for 3. He is having himself a fourth quarter to remember. 42 seconds remaining. Hart cutting to the bucket. 1-point game.
Great pass by Gerald.
Views around the NBA with regard to the Eastern Conference playoff race. Capono, quick trigger, drills it. Hart. Okafor. Wallace, under 10 of the shot clock. Here's Okafor, strong move to the post. And
even for Gerald Wallace, he beat Gerald to the spot, was able to get up in the air before Gerald could defend the shot.
Brevin into the lane. BK has 6.
How about that for a start?
That's right. Wow, but he threw a rainbow shot up there, looked down the other end of the floor, saw there was 2 seconds on the clock, heard you, Eric, and threw it up there and made it.
And that's what happens for Doliak when you're shooting 61% over your last 5 games. Even the prayers are answered. Presence ties the game at 2. ECS, permission to speak freely. Miami on an 8-3 run. They've taken a 10-9 lead. Welcome back. Just under 7 minutes left, first quarter. And there's a look at the jump. Lead the NBA in field goal percentage this year at 49%. Last night against Phoenix, they shot 55%. Even without Udonis Haslem tonight, sitting it out with a strained neck. What a move. What a beautiful move by Emeka.
He, along with Dwight Howard, combined for 39 of the Magic's 55 points in the first half. However, in the second half, they combined for just 7. Cutting Capono.
The half they had in the first half of the Bobcats game, they've got to put 2 great halves together to make it one complete game. Right now, for Orlando, it's looking like the second half of last week's game.
Capono finds Primo, lays it up, cut the deficit to 5.
The defensive interest has picked up by Orlando. They're in the zone right now. They're going to make the Bobcats beat them from the outside.
Eli with the hook.
And playing smart.
Hart along with Carroll, Robinson, Eli, and Okafor. And Pat Garrity on the floor in his zone. Garrity, of course, went to Notre Dame, as did Carroll. 5, now down to 4. To 3. B-Rob creating in the lane with the runner. tied.
The game has been competitive because neither team has been able to shake each other and sustain a large margin. They've both been going back and forth.
Melvin Eli. Here's Gerald Wallace.